Hello. Welcome to my channel today. If you are new here, my name is Linda and I try my best to convey the message that if you have a beautiful mind, you will indeed have a beautiful life. If you are returning to my channel as a subscriber or a viewer, I want to take this time to thank you very much for being here. I hurt my thumb a little bit. If you wonder what's going on with my thumb here, I cut the tip of my thumb off. If you're interested in hearing that story, comment down below and let me know and I will tell you. Don't forget to comment on my video, like my video, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Does food affect your happiness and your mood? Let's talk about it. It all begins in your gut. Essentially, the food is your gas. And if you are putting in regular, schmegular, trash gas and expecting a premium life, babe, it just doesn't add up. 1 + 1 = 2. You know? How does this happen? When the body doesn't have proper nutrition, aka proteins, essential minerals, antioxidants, etc., 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 our body starts to have an overload of free radicals, and free radicals starts oxidation, because what free radicals are molecules that have an uneven amount of electrons. So this uneven amount causes these free radicals to be able to affect other molecules just because they're uneven and they click better. You know what I mean? Because they're looking for that partner. They're looking for partnership. They want love too. Free radicals isn't necessarily bad and oxidation isn't necessarily bad. The problem here is that we have too many free radicals because our body doesn't have the antioxidants and minerals in order to flush these free radicals and get this out of our system. So we have too much oxidation. When you have too much oxidation in the body begins to attack itself from the inside out. So it starts attacking your fatty tissues, it starts attacking your organs, it starts attacking your brain. And this is where this conversation comes in. There's a lot more collateral damage that we have to our body by not eating right. But today I'm specifically speaking about how it affects your everyday life, your perspective, your mood, your depression, and everything that has to do with mental health. We think that, oh yeah, I have depression, whatever. You know, I have anxiety. According to some scientific research, ADHD can go away and can get better with food and autism, all this stuff. But I just want to say that me personally, I have not experienced that. My ADHD is like, hey B, what the hell is up, girl? My depression, out the window. I don't know what depression is anymore. I used to get depressed very, very often. I made a video about it and I'm gonna link it up here about my depression and what to do when you're depressed. And I just want to give you a big hug if you are watching and you are feeling out of sorts and you're feeling sad and you're feeling depressed. I've been there. I know what that's like. I know what the void is like. I know what it's like lying in just like the darkness and just kind of liking it and just being numb. I've been there, done that. Ever since I've gotten raw vegan, I have not experienced that. So my depression has gone away with the amount of antioxidants and minerals and all these things that I'm going to talk about in this video. I just want to start off this video by also talking about different diets because I feel like that's a really big conversation to be had nowadays. Everybody's like, no, being carnivore is better, being paleo is better, being no sé qué más is better. Today we're going to talk about a study done on plant-based diet and omnivore diet. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you the facts. I'm also not making this video to convince you to go plant-based or to not eat meat or to not eat eggs or to not listen, get real close. Okay, I want you to listen to me when I say this. You are your own person and you can do whatever you want. I can do whatever I want. This is my life. That is your life. I'm not here to tell you to change your diet. You do what you want based on the information that you have readily available to you in your brain, and you can assess the information at your own will. I am here because I want everybody to realize that you can make changes in your everyday life to feel happier and live a more fulfilled existence. And that right here is my goal for this channel. It's not about telling you, hey, no, you can't do this because this and this and this and this and this and this and this. You do what is best for you. Thank you. Anyways, plant-based eaters versus omnivores, and what this study found is that people that eat plant-based have less inflammation in their body, which if you do your research and you watch like these YouTube gurus and all these people, they always talk about, oh, inflammation and mucus. That's the cause of disease, which I agree. That's why I am doing what I am doing. If you do not agree, it's okay. It's fine. But studies show that people that eat more plant-based diet have a less of inflammation because essentially you're getting more nutrients, proteins from these foods. Yeah. What less inflammation also indicates is that you have a healthier microbiome, along with having a better metabolic system. On a plant-based diet, the body is better equipped to get rid of free radicals in the body. And studies also show that when you are plant-based, there is a less of a need to have medication and rely on medication in order to live a healthier lifestyle. Plant-based eaters do not require as much medication as a person that is omnivore. However, the cons to being a plant-based eater is that some people do not get enough calorie intake. They have an issue eating enough, and that can have a really, really detrimental effect on your health long term. Now, Linda, what does this have to do with my mood, you say? Well, it has everything to do with your food. Your mood has everything to do with your mood. Let's begin by stating the fact that 95% of your serotonin comes from your stomach. 95% of your serotonin is released within your stomach and it's sent to your brain. That's a lot of percentage. How, you say? Well, here I am to answer that question. You have your microbiome, right? And then you have these bacterias, right? I'm going to put the bacteria and all the stuff that I'm talking about up on the screen right now. What you're giving it is what it has to do. It's taking all the bullshit that you eat. It's taking it and it's taking it into something else. And like, what can I change these? Let me arrange this right here. Let me arrange this. And then bam, it makes serotonin. It makes all the other neurotransmitters in your gut. So then what that does is that you have the vagus nerve connected to your gut, and your vagus nerve is super important because your vagus nerve, it's in charge of taking all those neurotransmitters up to your brain, and it affects your serotonin levels, it affects your dopamine, and these are all your happiness. This is like how you respond to the world, how you function in the world. So yes, it has a lot to do with whether you're depressed in your mood with what you eat. It has like a very, very strong evident correlation. This isn't woo-woo. There's quite literally research out there about this. Brain dysfunctions occur when the gut microbiota has disruption, which is essentially when the bacteria in your stomach is bad bacteria. By bad bacteria, I mean like they are not equipped to make these neurotransmitters because you are not feeding yourself adequately, hence disorders. I hope that I'm making myself clear. I hope that this is making sense. You could do your own research as well. In fact, I highly encourage you to do your own research. Be self-aware. So with that being said, there's also a study out there that they did on fetus that was in a mom's stomach. Their gut bacteria completely affected the way that the fetus developed. The moms that had a better metabolic rate showed that fetuses produced a better immune system than those who didn't have a fast metabolic rate. And also the regular metabolic rate affected the postnatal brain development, and people that had a better metabolic rate had a better brain development after birth. To give you more information and more facts, a study done on 120 children and adolescents who consumes fast food, sugar, have a higher correlation and association with having ADHD. Kids who eat Mediterranean food, lots of fruits and veggies, had less of a chance to get ADHD. I am definitely not healed from my ADHD, so that's not the point of this video. I'm just giving you information that is out there that studies have shown. There's another study that was done that they gave kids supplements of omega-3, and they had two study groups, kids that the supplement and they also had talk therapy, and kids that had a placebo and that had talk therapy as well. The people that had the real omega-3 and talk therapy, they showed 56% increase in their well-being. So they were better equipped to handle conflicts. They looked for solutions versus focusing on the negative and being pessimistic. They just had a better outlook at life, and they were better equipped to survive in the world with a positive outlook and an open heart. The open heart part I'm just putting in there. I'm just guessing that's what it is. They were better equipped to handle situations versus the people that didn't have the omega-3. So food affects your mood. Let's see. I've always been a positive person. or like to think that I was a positive person, because I look back and think back now and I'm like, okay, I was a little bit down on myself. What food has translated to me is how I love myself. What I eat and how I take care of my body is like how I love myself. I feel like eating raw vegan has helped me just really get in tune with the feelings that I have towards myself. Me eating pizza, although it tastes wonderful. I feel like I've mentioned pizza I don't know how many times in this channel. We all know my love for pizza. I love pizza. Pizza made me feel so trash. You could count on me being depressed. If I was ordering a box of pizza, I would leave it in the corner of my bed, eat the whole pizza in 2 days. I would not move. That for me, you're showing your subconscious that you don't love yourself. My self-love came in when I started making changes that were hard for me mentally, but I did them anyways because I know they were good for me. Eating raw foods was like me being a mom to myself. You know how hard it is to serve tables and they have like this like majestic, yummy looking chocolate cake with like ice cream, or don't even get me started on the freaking red velvet bundt cakes. Like, you know how hard it was to say no to that, but I had to say no. There had to be a moment in time where I had to be like, no, that's not good for me. And for me right there, that is showing me and my subconscious that I love myself enough to not fall into those cravings. It's like doing or like doing a freaking like, yeah, it feels good at the moment and like it looks like a good idea, but long term, like you have an addiction, you are doing detrimental to your brain, and like you're showing yourself that you want death ultimately, because that's what it's, you're killing yourself a little bit more. That is literally what you are telling yourself in a physical form, that you do not give a about your life, you couldn't care less. And that's just not the message that I want to send to myself. And I want to encourage you to work on your self-love, taking care of this vessel that we have and this gift that we have that is called life. We have a gift, we have an option, and that's not to say that it's all rainbows and like it's definitely not. I cut the tip of my freaking thumb off and it hurt like a bitch. It's not like rainbows, but like being optimistic and being healthy and doing all these things like helped me handle this BS like a lot better. I literally cannot express how important it is to stop ingesting processed foods. I'm not telling you to go raw vegan. I'm not telling you to stop what you're doing and stop being an omnivore and stop doing all this stuff. I don't give a flying. I don't care. I honestly do not care. But you know what I care about? I care about you eating processed foods. I care about you eating crap that comes in a box, not cooking for yourself. You don't know what these restaurants out here be cooking with, okay? I'm not saying it's completely terrible, but the amount of fat that you're ingesting, sodium, salt. Get your pooty patootie up and get like, I don't know, Green Chef or HelloFresh and start cooking yourself with some real ingredients. Real ingredients do not come in a can. The earth didn't pop up a can out of the soil and say, here is food. No, they popped out a tomato, they popped out an asparagus, a carrot that grew underground, a freaking berry that grew on the tree, a lemon. Those are whole foods. That is what's considered unprocessed. So like, get with the program. Stop eating unhealthy crap. Like, if you're gonna eat unhealthy crap, jot it down how you feel after. Do you feel good? If you feel good, then that's all that matters. And I feel like there's a big concentration on like health and eating healthy to have a nice body or to have muscles or to have this. All that is gonna come if you eat well, you know what I mean? But that is like not the point. You're not gonna make it. If that's the reason that you're doing it, I'm so sorry to tell you right now, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail because that's not enough to keep you from saying no for the rest of your life. Eventually, you're gonna cave in. You're gonna be like, yeah, screw it. What is a donut gonna make a difference for? You know what I mean? But if you do it for the right reasons, like being happy with yourself and showing yourself love with everything that you eat in your body, then eating that donut, you're gonna be like, damn, like I don't want to do that. I care about my body too much. And that is the difference between people that fail trying to eat healthy and people that don't, because they're doing it for the wrong reasons. They're doing it for vanity. And don't get me wrong, I get it. I go to the gym and I want to gain muscle because I want my booty to look good. You know what I mean? I'm not judging that. I'm not judging it at all. But if that is the only reason in the world that you're going to eat healthy is to have a nice body, like evaluate that, journal about that, because there is something deeper in there. Are you seeking validation from other people? Do you need other people to look at you in order to be happy? Like, what the hell is up? Because your body and the way you look should not equal to love. You know what I mean? I linked a PDF down below so that you can jot down every time and after you eat a meal and you can figure yourself out. I hope that you enjoyed my video today. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Take only what you need. Never more, never less. Don't be greedy, bitch. Peace out.